Thank God so much for what the Lord is doing in our life. You are most welcome into the presence of the living God. Thank God that always, every Wednesday, you are available for the work of the living God. We know and we believe for sure that our labor in the Lord will never be in vain. Look at the time they really started. We have been doing it for 3 weeks. I have seen that sometime every Wednesday, about 3 occasions. 5 to 6, you see, it started raining. And if you don't know what you are doing, you will be lazy, and then you will stay home. But since we know what we are doing, we are here, and the Lord will never leave us. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. Welcome those online. That we know this morning the Lord has so much for us to discuss. Tonight, we have the great men in the house, as usual. As we all know, Apostle James is here. Let's clap for Apostle James. God bless you, man of God, for your dedication and your sacrifice. Let's clap for Pastor Evans. Thank you, great man of God. Your sacrifice and your dedication will never be in vain. And also, finally, clap for yourself. Clap for yourself that you are here. That you are here. We are still on Hebrews chapter 12, right? Since it's a content, I don't want us to waste time, Pastor. Because the reason why I want us to focus verse 2 up to 4, we are talking about the supreme example. Amen. And by the grace of God, we're able to talk about the example of Paul from Philippians. So the whole chapter 12, Hebrews chapter 12, we can see that verses 2 up to 4, we can see that chapter 12, the theme of chapter 12 of Hebrews is the supreme example. That is why I want us to go back and revisit. Amen. So that we'll learn the example of Jesus Christ here. Then how we can know the importance of Jesus' example. And then we'll check the supreme, the meaning of supreme. What Jesus' example is so supreme than any other example like the patriarch. Right? That so let's read Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 to 4, please. Then we'll dwell on verse 2 up to 4.
Hebrews chapter 12, verses through 4.
Yes.
Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Verse 2. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus.
Our discussion will be based on verse 2 going.
The author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Verse 3. Consider him who endures such opposition from sinful men, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. Verse 4. In your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. Amen.
Amen. To the point of shedding your blood. God bless you, man of God, so much. So, Pastor, as last week you brought so much, and after, when we are about to close, Pastor Richard brought about 3-4 points, as usual. And how many? 4, all right. He's not here today. He said he's busy. And if he's here, I will let him, explain. But I remember a few stuff he said about the emotional discipline, spiritual discipline, physical discipline, and mental discipline. I want us to start from there. It is very, very important to talk about that. Other than that, we can talk about discipline, but there are so many areas we lack. So I want us to start. He said that the writer gave verse number 3, said that Jesus' supreme example. And we shouldn't forget, we are talking about the Christian race. And then shouldn't forget that we are talking about the pressing on. So Paul revealed to us the reason why he wants us to press on is because this Christianity is a race. And anything can happen. So we started the book of Hebrews by acknowledging the inspiration, though that inspired us. They have been there. And then the following week, we jump into the requirements. Number 1 requirement is discipline. And then we can see from 1 up to 4, you find the discipline over there. And then the man of God gave her the 4 areas that we need to be disciplined. Not just discipline, but some areas we lack spiritual discipline, we lack mental, emotional discipline, and then we lack spiritual, physical discipline. And then all these things, spiritual talks about the Christian life, you see the thing, prayer, study of the word, and other thing. And it takes the disciplined people to pray. It takes the disciplined people to study the Bible. But Pastor, we can learn this particular, we see those disciplined life in the life of Jesus Christ. That Bible is telling us that his example is supreme.